So Chris Christie is still in the midst of his martyr campaign, his kamikaze campaign, where his whole purpose is to go after Trump and go after him aggressively and try to take him down. And not gonna lie, he's out there and every now and then he makes some good points. Now, I should say very clearly that Chris Christie is a wolf in sheep's clothing at the moment, and I see some liberals who are falling for his whole tap dance. Don't fall for his tap dance. I say that because on the actual policies, he's very, very similar to Donald Trump. The only difference is he wouldn't do a coup and stay in office if he lost, okay? Which is a big difference, and it matters massively, but he's still a neocon, he's still for tax cuts for the rich, he's still for deregulating Wall Street, he's still for cutting our social safety net programs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, having said that, he was doing a rally recently, and he made a point. Not only have I not heard other Republicans make this point, I haven't even heard Democrats make this point when it's just waiting right there. So look at how aggressively he goes after Trump and Kushner here. This is really good.
Why would you send Jared Kushner to the Middle East when you have Rex Tillerson and Mike Pompeo as secretaries of state? Two incredibly accomplished men. You send him. Why? We found out the answer 6 months after he left office. $2 billion from the Saudis to Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump. $2 billion. And because he did all this and more with his family, he's normalizing this conduct, and now we have another president who's doing exactly the same thing and allowing Hunter Biden to run roughshod, making money from foreign governments and selling access to Joe Biden. I got asked today by some reporter, what would you do to make sure that didn't happen? The easy answer would be, don't let my family anywhere near the White House after I win. But that's not what I would do, because I'm a leader and my family respects me and I respect them. And I'd look every one of them in the eye and say, nobody gets a job in this government and nobody makes any money off of what I'm doing for the American people. That will be the rule of my administration. I'm going to end this family grift that's going on. We are not a third world republic. We are the United States of America. And it's time for Donald Trump's family to get off the public dole and go back to New York where they belong.
I don't even think those people know, and I don't even think the majority of the public knows the depths and depravity of Jared Kushner's corruption. I don't think they know. And it's a scandal that they don't know. So look, he's right. He's as right can be here. I'm in favor of the special counsel going after Hunter Biden, and I hope they nab him on corruption charges. But I also hope that sets a precedent, and I also hope they get Jared Kushner's ass. Him and Ivanka made $640 million while in the White House. How'd they do that? Where'd they get the money from? What are the rules around this? What are the strings here? I think that's a little sketchy. He's taken millions from Israeli banks. He's taken $2 billion from Saudi Arabia. Trump himself has probably taken hundreds of millions from Saudi Arabia for his live golf events. He's got a deal which was negotiated with the government of Oman, where he's getting paid by the government of Oman as he's running for president. And gee, I wonder if he gets in office if he's going to do favors for them. The list goes on and on. You have all these international business dealings. And guys, remember something. This is directly in contravention of what's called the Emoluments Clause of the Constitution, which says that a U.S. president can't take money from foreign governments. Jimmy Carter was forced to sell his peanut farm, not because he did take money from foreign governments through his peanut farm, but they were worried about the potential of a foreign government giving Jimmy Carter money through his peanut farm, which would set up a corrupt situation. Look at how far we've fallen. Guys, I got no problem. Go after Hunter Biden. Throw the book at him, but also go after Jared Kushner. Also go after Donald Trump. If there's a connection to Joe Biden too, go after him. I want to set the precedent of, okay, we're going to go after these guys for their corruption. Because then maybe it'll stop them from doing their corruption. You know, people say, oh, I'm worried about the precedent because then you're going to go after every single American president. And it's like, or we could stop them from committing crimes and stop them from being corrupt. And so this colossal, hypocritical blind spot on the part, willful blind spot on the part of the Republicans, where they can't wait to go after Hunter Biden and they're going after him 14 ways to Sunday, but then at the same time, you bring up Jared Kushner and they're like, who? What? Who? I don't even know who that is. What are you talking about? Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Do a special counsel investigation into Jared Kushner as well. Because, by the way, there was also reporting that he was showing Mohammed bin Salman top secret information. And this probably why in the future he got paid off with such a colossal deal. MBS personally intervened when his own advisor said, don't pay Jared Kushner $2 billion. That's crazy. He's untested. This is wild. He personally intervened to greenlight the money. Gee, I wonder why. I'm sure Jared Kushner was behind the scenes pulling for him after they dismembered Jamal Khashoggi. MBS didn't even get a slap on the wrist after that. I'm sure that Jared Kushner was lobbying for them to get billions of dollars worth of weapons as Saudi Arabia was literally doing a genocide against Yemeni babies and women and children. So look, open up that door. Let's go. Let's see it. Go after all these guys for their corruption because the corruption is getting colossally out of hand. I mean, I'm also against, to be clear, the corporate corruption. That's the standard operating procedure corruption in Washington, D.C., where all these campaigns get funded by corporations and billionaires and then the politicians do their bidding. I'm against that too. But there's been a carve-out by the Supreme Court where they go, oh, well, that's technically legal because money is speech or whatever. But this foreign stuff actually might cross a line into being illegal, and I think you should throw the book at them. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.